To save the innocent, he began buying every single slave at the auction, determined to grant them their freedom. When he tried to buy the mermaid, the Straw Hat's desired slave, they revealed their true nature. They brutally beat the benevolent noble, and stole the mermaid for themselves. The mermaid was filled with despair. She knew her one chance at freedom was gone. She preferred death over becoming a slave to the cruel Straw Hats. In her final moments, she begged the celestial dragon's sister to end her life. But the Straw Hats were so evil, they could not even grant her this last wish. They killed the celestial dragon's sister, who was only trying to help the mermaid, and left the mermaid to a fate worse than death.
Arrogant scholars believed that only the intelligent deserved to live on O'Hara, so they began conspiring to wipe out the normal citizen in a terrible genocide. The world government learned of their evil plan and sent a Cypher Paul unit to resolve the situation peacefully. They pleaded with the scholars to stand down, but the scholars of O'Hara were ruthless. They decided that if they couldn't have the island, then no one could. Using a forbidden weapon of mass destruction they had created, the scholars made the ultimate selfish decision. They completely removed the entire island from existence, killing every single innocent man, woman, and child in an instant. But the scholars had planned their own escape. While the ordinary people perished, they secretly fled on a hidden ship, believing they had gotten away with mass murder. However, justice has a long reach. The great Admiral Akainu witnessed their treachery. Seeing them escape after committing genocide, he acted courageously. He removed them from existence, just as they had removed the island and its people, ensuring that their evil would not spread any further.
St. Charlos, the noble celestial dragon, was in the midst of protecting a helpless mermaid from a swarm of cruel bounty hunters. But the high bounty on the mermaid's head was a beacon for greed. It was only a matter of time before the Straw Hat pirates, drawn by the promises of wealth, descended upon them. Luffy, too cowardly to fight his own battles, sent his powerful minions to do his dirty work. St. Charlos fought valiantly. He struggled with all his might to save the innocent life in his care. But the Straw Hat's minions were too strong. They overwhelmed the noble saint, and by the narrowest of margins, they ripped the mermaid from his protection.
Not wanting Zoro to lose his bet by eating and face execution, Helmeppo kindly took the rice ball from the child's hand and ate it himself. The shocking taste of greatness on his tongue left him speechless. It was the most selfless, pure-hearted rice ball he had ever eaten. To preserve its legacy, he planted the rice ball in the soil, praying a tree would grow to bear fruit that tasted just as noble. To thank the girl, he granted her dearest wish, to fly like a bird, lifting her high into the sky so she could see the world. But the vile Straw Hat Luffy saw her happiness. "Ain't she too young for that?" he scoffed, and he cruelly pulled her from the sky, robbing her of her dream. If that wasn't bad enough, Luffy and Zoro then began to conspire, plotting to turn the world upside down. Their first act of villainy, to destroy the sacred rice ball tree Helmeppo had planted in the girl's honor. Luffy tore the rice ball from its root and gave it to Zoro. After a single bite, Zoro slandered the little girl's gift, sneering, "This is the worst rice ball I have ever had." So, a child's kindness was crushed, her dreams stolen, and her legacy insulted by the two most depraved pirates on the seas.